I am Michael Hoven, and I am the CEO of M Squared, and I'm here to ask you to invest in my company. My wife Michael and I started our company in the year 2004 when our third child was born. Both my wife and I are educators, she in early primary and I in secondary in mainly the business education area of the school. When our first child was born in the year 2000, at a baby shower, we were given a video named Baby Einstein. All of our children loved the video and its series. They would sit and listen to the classical music and watch the children on screen interact with the puppets or shapes that were presented during the video. As the children grew older, the videos became less and less popular to watch, and we eventually passed them on to other family members with younger children. My wife and I are conscious of how much television we allow our children to watch, and we are also aware of what cable stations are appropriate for our children. When trying to limit the amount of television that our children watch, and then finding the right channel for them to watch, we were disappointed in our options. We did not feel that the stations offered in Canada either showed the shows we wanted our children to watch, or we found that the stations were very commercialized and had too many breaks offering the wrong kinds of toys or programs to the viewing audience. We want to revolutionize the Canadian television children's market, and we want to make sure that the parents can feel secure about the shows their children watch on our station. With your investment, we can accomplish this. When we first created the idea to create a new television station, the first item we felt we needed to do was to get a person who had experience in children's programs, and a person who opposed the idea that children should be babysat by television. We had heard that the creator of Baby Einstein, Julie Agner-Clark, herself a parent, who along with her husband spent $18,000 of their own money creating the first video of their series, ended up selling a portion of the company to Artisan Entertainment and the rest of the controlling business to Disney. The initial $18,000 that the Clarks invested was transformed into a multi-million-dollar worldwide sensation. We enticed her to come onto our board of trustees to sit and approve other worthy shows and what companies may advertise on our station. The second person who we wanted to sit on our board was a person who opposes that children be babysat by television. After reading countless published papers on the topic, we contacted Dr. Andrew Meltzoff, a professor at the University of Washington, who wrote in 2007 that infants that watch baby DVDs or videos had lower language development. We felt that by having someone such as Dr. Meltzoff on our board who opposes DVDs, such as the ones that Ms. Agner-Clark created, that between the two of them, they should be able to look for the good shows we want to show on our station. Now, some say that Dr. Meltzoff would never agree to any show, but in the 2007 paper, it stated that the children watching shows should be limited to how much they are exposed to. That is why on our station, we have agreed to post every hour, on the hour, that watching too much television is not recommended, and perhaps the TV should be turned off so the child can enjoy other activities. Now, ultimately, we cannot control how many hours our audience watch, but by posting suggestions to turn off the television, maybe some parents will spend time with their children creating crafts, playing games, or going outside for some physical activities. After the startup of the company and gathering the board of trustees, we hired a company to host nationwide focus groups and conduct surveys to determine if our idea of creating a new children's television network would be an idea that parents would put on for their own children. The results came in and we were on track with what parents were thinking. So thanks to the board of trustees and their hard work, and due to the results of the focus groups and surveys, we have already received permission from the CRTC to go ahead and start purchasing shows from our network. This is where we need your help and money. With these two people on our board, we were able to put the word out to the professional makers of educational shows that our company was interested in buying shows for our station. The stringent criteria that we had for our shows was that it had to be short, 15 to 20 minutes for our younger audience, with brilliant colors and children that interact with the activities on the show, shapes, numbers, colors, and music that is soothing and calming. Nothing overexciting. For our preschoolers, we want an introduction to vocabulary, more colorful animations, and shows that had innocent song and dance numbers, or popular children's books made into television shows. We wanted shows that offer other languages, French, Spanish, Korean, Chinese, Punjabi, an absolute must. We did not want full sentences in these other languages, but keywords that could bolster the vocabulary of the audience for these languages that are now widely used across Canada. For the kids of the primary grade, we were looking for shows that now had real people in them, or shows that taught the audience how things happen. The cartoons would have moral lessons or lessons on solving clues or puzzles. With every age group, we have a set of criteria for shows that we feel would be appropriate for the viewing audience. For the times of shows and the advertising, we would have them sync together. For example, we would not advertise for a home telescope kit on during the infant shows. We would have appropriate advertising on during the times of the age groups watching the shows. As we are the board that gives the okay to every show that would be aired on the channel and to every advertising, we hope to give the parents that tune into our station a very secure feel that the shows are not dangerous for the kids to be watching. Ultimately, due to the design of the channel, we see our numbers winning the majority of the time slots, except for the evening hours and the prime time hours of 8 to 10 p.m., as our shows are not designed for this age bracket. What does this mean to you, our investors, if we are winning the time slots? Well, that means that people are watching and the advertisers will come to us. Their sales increase, and therefore we can raise our advertising rates because we are so popular, and you will make your investment back and more. We already have ideas for the shows we want to include in our channel, and with your investment we can purchase a season's worth of shows from the parent companies. Once we have the shows, we can then solicit advertisers. We feel we can start off asking for a 30-second commercial in the major markets across Canada for $150 for that one area. For outside the top markets, we can ask for $100, and then for real small markets, we can ask for $50. This is on par with what the major networks charge for their fees. Of course, if the advertisers want to sign on for a longer time or want many commercials, then we can always negotiate a price. What negative impacts can happen if you invest in our pitch? With new technology coming out such as TiVo or Apple TV, people may purchase these cable boxes and then simply skip the commercials. With the TiVo, the viewing audiences fast forward through the commercials, while on Apple TV, people can buy public television shows from iTunes without any commercials. This leaves our advertisers coming up with new ways to reach consumers. They could install a banner on the commercials that would come across the screen while the viewer fast forwarded. Or because the material is relevant to the viewers, we hope that the viewer will sit through the commercial. As our ads with the TV shows are closely related, I hope it's the second scenario that takes place in our network. This means that the advertisers will be more likely to buy time in our network as they know that the viewer is viewing the commercial. Another negative impact is simply, what if nobody watches our station? Since we already have approval from the CRTC to start purchasing the television shows, they obviously see the merit of our channel, and due to our strict guidelines on what kinds of shows and advertising we will have, there is not another channel like ours in Canada. I would like to thank you for taking your time to listen to our idea. Our company, M², led by me, Michael Hoven, has developed a revolutionary idea that will change children's television viewing habits. Thanks to our Board of Trustees' experiences and background, we feel that our network will allow parents peace of mind when they turn on our station for their children. The programs and commercials that will be appropriate for the age group watching, and we will state that too much television is not good for children and encourage parents to turn off the television and do other activities with their children. From an investor's point of view, due Due to the demand for a channel such as ours, it would be well worth your money to invest in M Squared, the network for children.